It's time to welcome one of the stars of Soccer Age, former Lioness, to the show.
Toni Duggan's beat the offside trap, 1-on-1 with Van der Sar, and it's 2-0 to England. It's a brilliant finish, a perfectly timed run, and it was Michael Carrick with the eye through the needle pass. She was being played onside, Duggan, and she fires beyond Van der Sar into the far corner.
Yeah, cracking goal.
Yeah,
very nice
good,
finish.
yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube or Connect TV, you would have seen that one again. And an assist for Jermaine.
Very
It's
good.
Toni Duggan joins us. Hi, Toni.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, thanks for having me. You know what? It's the first time I've seen that goal back, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking Vidic and John O'Shea are saying I'm offside.
It was very competitive. We saw a bit of a reducer by Bonucci in the game, didn't we? I mean, the tackles were flying in.
The pros were taking it seriously, I thought.
Yeah, it's all for a good cause, but you're always going to get that on. Yeah, I think that's great. That's the beauty of it. You know, you want to win. I was absolutely gutted when we didn't win. It was a close game as well.
Yeah.
And a nice cross for Jermaine Defoe, wasn't it, for the assist?
Oh, from the corner. Well, angry judge. We worked on that in training. We'll pretend.
Did you actually do any work? I mean, you didn't do work on set pieces. You didn't do that much, did you?
No, we didn't really. We just pretend that we did.
Yeah.
Sounds better.
And was it your first one, Toni? Was that the first time you played?
It was my debut. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah. So you'd be up for it again if the call comes.
I'm hoping so. I mean, I got a goal, so I'm hoping that secures my place for next year. So
Yeah, that's true.
to listen and then get me back in.
Who impressed you then in the flesh of the non-footballers? Who do you think was pretty decent?
There was so many, you know. Tom Grennan, oh my God, brilliant. Played amazing in the game. I think he played full 90 as well. And captain in the second half, he was buzzing. And big shout out to Angry Ginge.
Yeah.
What a performance. He was good as well. Dave McKenna, he's a baller. But yeah, there was so many. It was just so good to see. And also Bella Ramsey in the first half. She was playing left wing. She was so nervous, bless her, but she played amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tom Grennan was at Luton as a kid.
Yeah.
I think he was at a club and he had to make a choice between music and football. So you can still see that he's got a bit about him.
And I think Nicky from Westlife, who's the goalie, I think he was semi-pro as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He was with Harry Kewell as well. He had a little reunion. I think they were at Leeds, but the saves from him in the second half. Wow.
Yeah.
Now we'll return to the Euros and stuff in a minute, but you've been doing some work with Bloomsbury and La Liga, the La Liga Foundation. You spent some time over in Spain, and again we'll come back to that. This is really nice. This is a kind of celebration of grassroots girls football. It's a finals day for girls only schools football, which is great.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, it's just so nice to see two powerhouses in football coming together to support grassroots. I think it's obviously needed, and it just gives girls the opportunity to get out there and play, and without having the financial barriers and everything else that comes with it. But I just think it's a great initiative. You know, the kids play every single week through the school teams, and they all wear a football team from Spain. They wear their kit as well, so it gets them also learning the trade over in Spain. And you know, who knows, I find myself going over there, one of these girls out there today, hopefully does in the future too.
I just wonder, the girls pull the shirts on, you put a Barca shirt on, it's all ticky-tacker. You put an Atletico shirt on and you're looking for a little 1-0, then you're going to shut up
some
shop.
Teachers pointing you in the right direction. No, she's Atletico.
That's right.
What advice would you give your younger self, Toni, when if you could go back and give yourself some advice now, like these young women are getting into the game now, what advice would you give?
I'd just say enjoy it and make the most of the opportunities. Like, some of the kids out there haven't played and some of them have, but it doesn't matter. Just go along. You never know. You might not want to be a professional, but you'll get many other things in life from it. You know, the social aspects, the fitness aspects, and all the kids out there have got a smile on their face, and I think that's what matters the most.
At the age these girls are at now, sort of 10, 11 or whatever, looking at some of the pictures of the girls in the tournament, what was your situation? If you wanted to play football, Toni, at school, what was your situation?
Oh, it was difficult. I was just saying how lucky the girls are that we've got stuff like this around now, and it's all credit to the girls that have gone before us, you know, pushing them barriers down. But I didn't have a school team, to be honest, and played with the boys in school. The boys had a team, and there was some tournaments that they were in and they'd be like, no girls can play. So even though I was out there on the schoolyard every single day playing with all my mates, when it come to playing an actual game, it'd be like, Toni, you can't play in this one. And thinking of it now, like, as a 10-year-old kid, it's pretty hard to take. But hopefully these girls don't have that problem.
I mean, it was an FA rule, wasn't it? That was the thing. It wasn't just, the schools unilaterally doing it. It was an FA rule you couldn't play.
Yeah. You go to the tournaments now and it's often a very equal, very even amount of teams on boys and girls. So it's really good. You're a role model now for these young women, Toni. Do you seem to enjoy that? You seem to be able to go forward with that rather than be scared of being that role model. Do you feel like that?
No, I've enjoyed it. I think from my generation, the girls coming through, that was always our aim, to change the perception of women's football.
Yeah.
And I can definitely say that from starting the game and from leaving it, it's definitely in a much better place. But that started with people even before our generation. This hasn't just happened overnight. This has been years and years of hard work. And I still definitely think there's a long way to go. But it's in a good place. And the thing that matters most is there's a clear pathway now for, there's 120 girls out there now today, and who knows, we could be watching a future England starting from us, and without these opportunities, we would never know about that.
Now, they've announced today that WSL is going to expand from 12 to 14 teams from the 26-27 season. They're going to keep relegation, which I think is important.
Oh, very much. You need the jeopardy, definitely.
So the two teams from WSL 2 will come up automatically. It's interesting. I mean, as long as it's sustainable, Toni, we've seen one or two clubs struggling financially. Hopefully, with the extra money of being a WSL club and the TV money, it'll allow one or two other clubs to get established, and we get a lot of competitive balance in the WSL, because we know there are 3 or 4 teams that are very dominant and everybody else is playing catch-up at the moment.
Yeah, I just love what women's football's done. I was part of it when it was scrapped it back to 8 teams. And don't get me wrong, it was difficult to take because, a team of 8 teams was, you're only playing a few games of season, but we've had to gradually build to get this stage. And I think this is the right time for it. I think really, over in Spain, from comparing the two, I think Spanish football can learn from the WSL, because if I'm being honest, that there's too many teams over in Spain and they need to condense it to bring, the talent together. And obviously clubs now have to adhere to certain things. They have to have a stadium big enough. They have to be able to have the television companies there. They have to have good facilities. I just think that's important for women's football. It's a given for the men's team. So, that's the direction the women's game's gone in. And now we're in a position where we're ready to, make it a 14-team league. And I think it's exciting.
Euros, about 3 weeks off, I think, in Switzerland. Tough start for England against France on the Saturday. We were sort of saying the other day, we wondered, your ex-Barcelona player, and that win by Arsenal in the Champions League, maybe keep the Spanish girls on their toes. It felt like laying down a bit of a mark. I mean, we know how good a side they are, but it felt like a kind of important victory, that.
Oh, it was massive. I was out there doing the work myself, and it was such a big achievement for Arsenal. I mean, Barcelona have been the dominant force over the past few years, but it also, like you say, creates that rivalry going into the Euros. Spain obviously holds us at the World Cup, England holds us at the European Championship, so them two teams are definitely likely to be the favourites.
Yeah. Do you fancy England's chances? It's been a bit of a difficult build-up, hasn't it, with losing Millie Bright and Frank Kirby and one or two others. So, what do you think? Mary Epps, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could never write them off. I think they've still got a great team, but they have lost big characters. There's no hiding from that in Mary Epps, Frank Kirby and Millie Bright. But I do think England, as a team, they have so much quality. So it's just how the girls adapt to that. They lost Leah Williamson for the World Cup and they dealt with that well, the captain. So, I'm behind the girls. I'm backing them. I think you can't write off Spain and the norm, Germany, France. But, I think the girls can do it again. I hope they can.
And finally, when Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent were up last week doing all the soccer aid training, apparently Andy had a chat with you and you said if you'd scored, you'd do an A celebration for him. And I think his old bottom lip was going yesterday because
you didn't do the A.
You didn't do the A. What happened there, Toni?
Do you know what? I had a couple planned, right? And if I'm being honest, from seeing that footage, I did think I was offside myself as well. So this is a formal apology to Andy. He's messaged me saying his kids are upset and everything. I do apologise. I can do it now for you if you want.
Oh, there we go. Very nice. And now do the V and now do the R around that goal on the offside.
I also promised my daughter an L as well. So apologies all round to everyone.
Yeah, nice one. Cheers, Toni. All the best. Good to talk to you.
Thanks, Toni.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
There we are. It's Toni Duggan there, former England Barcelona, Atletico, Everton fall.
Yeah, people can look into that, I think. Paul, if they want to get involved, Bloomsbury Football Foundation. It's a great thing.
La Liga, it's a good little type. They have La Liga coaches come over and work with the kids, which is no bad thing.
On the warm-up, I think, a long time ago, I think for Christmas we had
Freddie Canute
come on for the boys version as well, so it's very nice.